This GMC Yukon XL has one of the most iconic engines of all time. It's a V8 engine, but not just any V8 engine. This one has the 8.1 liter, 8,100 cc's worth of America. And in this video, we're gonna find out just how legendary that engine is by running it through a few performance tests, including a 0 to 60 and a quarter-mile test. All right, let's get right into it.
Now, under the hood of this guy, as Tommy mentioned, is that 8.1 liter or 496 cubic inch Vortec V8 engine. Now, this was the last big block V8 engine from General Motors, and it put out 325 horsepower and 447 pound-feet of torque, which, if you think about the size of it, doesn't sound like a lot, but this thing could tow a lot.
Yeah, Brendan, this was a towing engine, right? This was a machine for hauling heavy loads long distances. It's not a performance machine. We here at TFL Classics, we like to have a little bit of fun, so we're gonna run her down the airstrip.
Yeah, I mean, maybe we should run it down the airstrip while towing, but we're gonna see how it does unimpeded first.
All right, the first test is a 0 to 60 mile per hour test in the Yukon XL 8.1. We are up here just over 5,000 feet above sea level, which will affect performance. And we have the GPS-based performance timer ready to go.
Now keep in mind, I've got almost 300,000 miles on this puppy and slightly larger tires than factory. So I want to see how it does. Let's do it.
A lot of fan on takeoff.
All right, slow start there. Oh, there's 30. There's 40. Oh, I hit 5,000 RPMs and shifting. There's 50.
But it's tracking straight and true. It's revving pretty high.
And 60. Oh, not great.
So Brendan, that was a clean 0 to 60 run. Now I'm gonna guess that you ran a 9.5 0 to 60.
You're a bit optimistic there, Tommy. Did it in 12.03. So yeah, I guess I kind of expected that, but I don't know, I was kind of hoping for 11s, but it is what it is. This thing does weigh 5,800 pounds, and it was never meant for this kind of performance, but I guess that's what it did.
I will say though, it runs beautifully.
It does, it runs great.
All right, Brendan, so next up we're gonna do a quarter mile. Now I have joined you inside the 8.1 liter Suburban because I weigh 120 pounds soaking wet. This thing is 6,000 pounds. Let's be honest, my presence is not gonna affect anything.
You just wanna feel the power of the 8.1, don't you, Tommy?
That's right. Now you know we're official scientific testers because we have a cone.
We have 4 cones, actually, Tommy. So that makes us extra official. I mean, they just don't give those out to anybody, Tommy.
All right, well, let's do a quarter mile now. Any sport modes, anything like that?
No. I could put it in tow mode, but I don't think that would help us.
All right, well, let's do this. We'll run the quarter. We got the performance timer rolling here.
Yeah, and again, on this transmission, I am not going to, rev it up and drop it or anything like that. I don't want to blow my trans, so I'm just going to mash the throttle and give it the best I got.
All right, let's see what that does in the quarter.
All right, let's do it. You ready?
Yep.
3, 2, 1, go.
All right.
And 20.
Oh yeah, it is
30.
not quick.
Nope, not quick. 40.
It picks up at like 3,500, 4,000 RPM.
Yeah, and it lets it go all the way up to 5,000 RPMs.
There's 12 seconds in the quarter, or not even in the quarter.
Tell me when we're in the quarter.
All right, 16 seconds, 17, 18.93, we did it.
Oh my gosh.
There you go.
18.93. Is that the slowest time you've ever recorded?
18.93 at 78 miles an hour. That might be one of the slowest times we've ever recorded.
Oh man, we're gonna have to remedy that. I can't have this Yukon being your slowest vehicle you've ever tested, Tommy.
Let's go get the Volkswagen Beetle.
Yeah, there we go.
We'll go get the Citroen 2CV, right?
Yep, exactly.
Now I will say, this engine revs out beautifully, and it's so smooth.
It is. Yeah, I think that's the benefit of getting a big gas engine V8 is it's very quiet, very smooth, and it just chugs right along. And the nice thing is too, is if I was towing a trailer back there, you probably wouldn't notice it all that much.
Well, the towing capacity on this truck is over 9,000 pounds.
Exactly. Yeah, and I know to some truck people that may not seem like much, but keep in mind, This is basically a Suburban, so it's a Yukon XL. So it's got 3 rows of seats and can tow a 9,000-pound trailer.
Yeah, and it's a 2500, so you get the 8-lug axles. This thing is built beefy.
Absolutely.
So Brendan, we proved that 8.1 is strong, smooth, and quiet, but not much of a monster in acceleration.
I'd say that's pretty accurate. Again, it's a towing machine. It's not necessarily meant for this kind of performance.
Now, usually at this point, we'll do a 60 to 0 mile an hour braking test. Do you want to try it?
Oh, I don't know, Tommy. You think somebody wants to see my apartment on wheels coming to a stop? Well, okay, let's do it.
Whoa, bringing out the big words here. I'll have to bleep that. So next up, the braking test from 60 miles an hour. Brendan's going to accelerate up to 60, hit the brakes when he gets to the cones, and then I'm going to measure it using our scientific roller measurement device of truth, and we're going to find out how long it took to stop from 60.
I did just put in a brake booster and new pads, so I think it'll do well. It should do what it should, right? Or it should do what it should have done from the factory because of that.
Brendan had to drive all the way over to Wyoming, I think, for this acceleration because he has to get to 60 before the cones. Now, this is a 4,000-foot airstrip, and yeah, he basically had to go all the way to the very end. Here he comes, progressing along.
160, you can do it. Okay, there's 60.
That is a majestic beast coming down the airstrip right there.
And stopping.
Let's see how it does in the braking test.
Look at that! I think that was pretty good.
Yeah, that was not a good result.
I'm impressed. It's basically stopping a house. Ooh, oh, those brakes stink. I was giving it everything she had, that's for sure.
You got a little bit of ABS going there too, Brendan.
Oh, did you see it trying to stop it from locking up?
It works though, yeah, you didn't lock it up.
Can't beat that.
Now, the cones, unfortunately, are about 3-4 miles away. So we'll get the roller truth of justice to see how long it took.
I mean, it felt like it stopped fast.
It did not look like it stopped fast.
We'll see how I did.
The roller is zeroed out exactly at the cone. We'll start walking. See how long it takes to get to the Suburban. Dang it, Yukon XL. 30 feet, 50 feet, about half a state away now. 70, 80, 90.
Oh, it can't be that bad.
110, 120, 130. Oh, look, we hit the truck. Only about 20 more feet. There you go. The survey says 146.9 feet.
Well, I don't know. How does that compare to like a modern full-size SUV, Tommy?
Well, a modern day SUV will probably stop in right around 110 feet, somewhere in there. A typical 90s car is maybe 120, 147. It's a little bit longer.
Yeah, I guess that's not great.
But at least it stopped.
Yeah, it stopped itself. It didn't lock the tires, so I didn't flat spot any tires.
Didn't fall over.
Yeah, it stopped the car.
So Brendan, before we conclude this video, I want to do an update for the viewers. How has it been to own the almost 300,000 mile Yukon XL?
You know, it's been better than you'd think, although not perfect. When I first bought it, the brake booster was bad, so I replaced that. It had dry rotted tires. I put those on. I had a driver's side mirror actually delaminate on me, and I put a new mirror glass on there. I put in my own radio for my personal preference to have Android Auto and a backup camera. I fixed the HVAC that was clicking in the last video we did on it, and now that little HVAC control unit has gone bad, so now I need to replace that.
What about the time it left you stranded?
Yeah, that was the brake booster.
Didn't it have a monumental oil leak too?
Yeah, it leaks from a lot of places. It leaks from the rear main seal, it leaks from the oil pan gasket, the front differential leaks. So whenever you're sitting idle, you get that nice little oil dripping on exhaust, burning up and smelling at you.
I will say though, it's still one of the most comfortable, most capable SUVs out there. Are you going to keep it? You're going to hold on to it?
Yeah, of all the vehicles I own, this is the one I would keep if I had to. In fact, I think I would probably likely sell my house and live out of this rather than selling this.
Yeah, it's a magnificent beast. Well, guys, thank you for watching this performance test. Brendan, thanks for putting your baby on the track today.
Happy to do it, Tommy.
And as always, we'll see you in the next TFL Classics video with something a little bit faster. Or maybe slower.
Maybe. We'll see.
Probably not. Maybe. We'll see you on the next one.